Okay.
Salutations, interweb. How you guys doing? Welcome. I'm Brian.
I'm Blake.
And this is Salutations SC. Chance for us to get together and talk about meaningless junk. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be talking about scary situations. Or movies.
Or whatever.
Or junk that scares you. Because it is October. As you can see, our decor is out. Halloween is right around the corner. All the ghosts and ghouls will be walking the streets pretty soon, begging for candy. That always bothered me. People walking around begging, like we commercialize.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Last time I did it, it was very awkward because I was...
Were you like 16?
Yeah, actually I was.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
Okay. We'll get into that later.
I want to hear about that.
Okay.
We didn't talk about that beforehand, but I want to hear about that. This episode is sponsored by... Oh, junk. Here we go. Quality Central. Quality Central is located at 410 West Liberty Street in Sumter, South Carolina. You can find them on the Facebook, or you can call them at 803-938-5747. And we'll put a little linky poo down in the thing below, but they specialize in kitchen and bathroom remodels, granite, ceramic tile, hardwood, flooring, siding, drywall, window. Look,
Get out of here.
they do it all. Patios, sunrooms, plumbing. I'm sure they'll come spackle something for you if you need it spackled. So they do it all. Give them a call over at...
They do it all. Give them a call.
That's right. That could be a jingle. We should write jingles.
Okay.
That's our next venture.
Let's do that.
Give them a call at Quality Central. All right. I want to know more about you going trick-or-treating
I'll tell you, Brian.
as a sophomore in high school.
I actually was a sophomore in high school.
16, yeah.
Okay. As Brian said, I was a sophomore in high school. It was the last time I went trick-or-treating. With my good buddy Jacob Kipp and Walker Ficklin. We were in Jacob's neighborhood.
Can we say their names?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were there in Jacob's neighborhood, walking around.
What were you dressed as?
Okay, well, I'm getting to that. We had this bright idea to go trick-or-treating, even though we knew we were well above the age limit for trick-or-treating.
By at least 10 years.
Yeah. We went to, we went up in Jacob's attic and had, that sounds like a book, Jacob's attic.
Jacob's Ladder.
Or Jacob's Ladder. And found some old Halloween costumes, and mine was like a black Grim Reaper's robe kind of deal with like an alien chest plate and an alien face or something like that.
Sounds horrible.
It was a terrible costume. Walker put something together. It was like he had like a pitchfork, and for some reason there was an elephant trunk, I think is what he had, something like that.
That sounds
And I forgot what Jacob wore, but anyway, we walked around. There's like all these like children below the age of like 8 walking around
with their parents.
With their parents. We were by ourselves, and we didn't get any candy except from one house.
Yeah, I wouldn't give you any candy.
We went up to, and they were like, "Oh, we're out of candy." It's like, they're not out of candy.
Yeah, they say. Well, they wouldn't say you're too old. They said
they were out of candy. They wouldn't say you guys
I
are
wouldn't
too
lie. I'd say you're too old to be trick or treating.
Well, there was one.
Go get a job.
There was
buy
one,
your own candy. This is America.
Right.
That's what I say.
There was an elderly couple.
You're driving up to the house.
No, we walked.
Oh,
we
okay.
walked. We did it traditional.
You're 16. Just pull in the driveway, get out, and go trick or treating.
We
Honk the horn.
The elderly couple thought it was funny, and they still gave us some candy, and that was the only candy we got that night.
They were senile was what that was. So you haven't been trick or treating since?
Some candy. No, I haven't.
Okay. I gave up trick or treating like at 11, like most children, but we used to we would carry pillowcases to go trick or treating when I was a kid, and I remember getting home and we dumped the pillowcases out on the floor, and my mom had to inspect every piece of candy to make sure there wasn't like a syringe or a wire in candy. Like, did that happen to you?
No, because everything was wrapped.
Right, but my mom would still do that. She would test like the chocolate bars to see if there was still air in between the. My mom was.
Well, here's the thing. That we never
on that.
we never worried about that too much because we figured, you know, if they're still wrapped up real good, no problem. Not gonna worry about it. It was people who made their own candy or made like something to give out.
Why do people do that? If
That
you're
was
out
where it
there,
was like,
if you're out there and you're making your own Halloween candy, stop it.
It's so creepy.
Kids don't want that.
No.
Kids don't want your homemade
They want your
candy.
Crunch Bars.
And I'm probably
your
stepping on a
Hershey.
few toes here with some people that we know, and I don't know anyone out there who is doing this, but if you're doing it, stop it for the good of the children. They want store-bought candy. That's what they don't want. Your homemade, save your homemade stuff for family reunions or get-togethers.
Right. Well, speaking of scary situations and Halloween coming up, Brian, I know you've had a scary situation with some little critters around your neighborhood.
This is no joke. This is no joke. There is a serious problem in my neighborhood with squirrels.
It's a lot of squirrels.
There is an influx of squirrels, and I have run over 9 squirrels since August, since the beginning of August when I started taking Avery to school in the morning. I've ran over 9. It is now October 6th, so that's a small span. Of course,
Way too many squirrels.
I'm not targeting the squirrels, but I can't help it. Sometimes they'll come across in groups of like 10, and that I am not exaggerating. On your way into my house today, what is the first thing out of your mouth?
Dude, there's a lot of squirrels outside. And he's not lying. I passed by a house, and there was 7 squirrels just in one guy's yard. Drive down a little
That's
bit,
obscene.
you look to the right,
7
and
squirrels.
there's 4 squirrels in another guy's yard. You keep going, you see 1 or 2 or whatever, but still, I mean, that's...
Well, let me break it down further for you. Okay, so towards August, they were all kind of down at the corner. That's where they were hanging out. That was their clubhouse, down towards the corner. But slowly but surely, they've made their way. They're making their way to my house. Okay? Now, I've talked to my neighbors, and my neighbors are not having the same problem with the squirrels that I am.
They're targeting you, bro.
This isn't a joke.
It's not, yeah, I don't know if you guys are laughing or not. But
I truly believe that the squirrels are out to get me. Or they are plotting something because I've ran over 9 of them.
That's why.
Exactly.
Right there.
Exactly. So I think they're planning something. I mean, they're creative creatures.
No doubt.
Now, there's one squirrel in particular who, when I pull in every morning, it never fails. When I pull in from taking Avery to school, he's out in my front yard. And he won't leave. I'll pull in and honk my horn. I've thrown things in the general area, not trying to hit him, but just scare him off. He won't leave until I open my garage.
It's because he's
That's
watching your move. And
he's watching.
plotting.
He's plotting. He's taking notes. I've nicknamed this guy Mr. Chuckles.
I don't know if you guys saw the short clip, Brian.
I made a short clip concerning Mr. Chuckles, and this is an ongoing problem. And I've talked to Animal Control. I called Animal Control, and they said, we can't do anything. We can't do anything for you. And I said, what do you mean you can't do anything for me?
That's what's so scary about all this.
That is the crazy thing. One day I drove in and I counted 26 squirrels. And this is, no lie, that's not even an eighth of a mile. An eighth of a mile from my house to the end of the road. 20 some odd squirrels.
There's nothing you can do about it.
And I call Animal Control, they have me on speakerphone and they're laughing. But something's going on. It's got me a little freaked out.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. It's kind of serious. Check out the short clip I made about it. And I got video of me driving and seeing the squirrels.
Yeah. Scary stuff, Brian.
And it's pretty frightening. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Well, that's okay. We can go right into
Don't be that guy.
So now it's time for Don't Be That Guy.
I'm frazzled.
Well, I will.
All right.
I'm about to unfrazzle you, Brian.
What is
total change of subject? Yeah, just a complete U-turn. No squirrels or scary situations involved at all. This it's not a laughing matter.
This is how you said it. Just go.
Okay. Don't be that guy. This week's Don't Be That Guy. I'm sure that a majority of you watching this right now, you probably have an iPhone. Right there. right there. With the same OtterBox that everybody else has. Just
mine's blue.
The color.
You never see anyone with this.
The color pattern is a little bit different. Anywho, I'm at work the other day. I'm the only guy there who doesn't have one. I was well aware of that before, but it didn't bother me. I have a Droid. It gets me by. I'm fine with it. Until we had 2 people come in to visit, and just hanging out with us or whatever. And then they pulled out their phones and they had iPhones. I was like, And then we had like 2 or 3 customers come in afterwards, and then I realized that they all had iPhones too, with the clip, and you could just tell that that's what they had.
What's your best friend have?
My best friend has an iPhone.
What's your sister have?
Sister has an iPhone. Okay. What's your best friend have?
An iPhone.
It's gotten a little bit ridiculous, but I'm just gonna go ahead.
His wife has an iPhone.
I know she does. I'm just gonna go ahead and encourage you. Go ahead and get an iPhone, so you won't feel like that guy.
Are you endorsing an iPhone?
Yeah,
you don't even have one.
I know, but I don't want anybody to feel like I felt. That was the first time I was like, man,
I'm that guy.
I am that guy.
I'm being left in the wind.
I'm the only guy who doesn't have an iPhone right now.
People are just shooting by me in the technology world. What kind of phone do you have?
I have it's a HTC something.
But
it's the Android, whatever.
Android, it's not an iPhone, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
So all right.
Go ahead and get you an iPhone, just so you won't be that guy.
Don't be Blake.
Don't be me. That's what we should change the segment to. Is just don't be Blake.
It's okay, man. I got an extra iPhone over there.
I'll take it.
I really did have one. All right.
Oh, Brian's got extra iPhones.
All right, so comment
He's
below.
giving out iPhones instead of candy this year.
Yeah, come to my house. Comment below. Give us some stuff that you're scared about. Tell us if you have an iPhone or not, or if you love the iPhone.
What's the color pattern on your OtterBox?
Mine is blue and blue. But comment, let us know about what scares you. Let us know your feelings on iPhone versus Android. We'll even take that kind of stuff. Don't forget to check out Quality Central, and that's a wrap.
See you next time.
Okay, so who doesn't own a cell phone? Who brought back their permission slip?